Welcome to MidEast In-Depth. In reaction to the latest video released by Islamic militants that purported to show the beheading of a second captive American journalist, Sotloff, we take a look at various commentaries regarding Obama's strategy, or lack of one, for dealing with the rising terror. Writing in the Daily Telegraph, Peter Foster calls upon President Obama to find a strategy for dealing with ISIL and fast. He comments, pleading the need for more time to develop a workable plan last week, Mr. Obama admitted that we don't have a strategy yet on hitting ISIL in Syria, prompting derision from his political opponents who said the president was not judicious, as its supporters contend, but weak and indecisive. So far, Foster writes, Obama's response to ISIL has been cautious, to keep striking, but only in a very limited way, which appeared to give the jihadists an implicit choice between facing a US policy of containment or the full wrath of the US military. History may reflect that ISIL has now made its choice clear. He concludes, Mr. Obama has shown willingness to act in the past when he ordered the high-risk mission to kill or capture Osama bin Laden, but this crisis tests his mettle in a much deeper way, calling into question the entire effectiveness of his hands-off foreign policy. The New York Daily rather boldly asserts there are no easy answers. No one in his right mind is asking or telling President Obama to invade Syria to somehow sacrifice more American lives because George W. Bush, a war-loving president with a war profiteer as vice president, decided to blow up Saddam Hussein and blow up Iraq in the shadow of September the 11th. However, the paper rather hauntingly declares that the Obama administration has been slow in identifying how dangerous and how well organized ISIS has become. 13 years ago, next week, it was Bush and Cheney and their intelligence who didn't see Osama bin Laden coming, or the growing menace of Al-Qaeda, the way the world was slow to identify the threat of Nazi Germany in the 1930s before millions of innocents died. In the Haaretz, Peter Beinart conversely states that Obama does have a strategy in the Middle East, and it's what America wants. He writes, when it comes to the Middle East, Obama is neither a dove nor a hawk. He's a fierce minimalist. He comments, Obama's strategy, whether you like it or not, is clearly defined. Hundreds of thousands can die in Iraq. In Syria, the Taliban can menace and destabilize Afghanistan. Iran can move closer to getting a bomb. No matter, with rare exceptions, Obama only unsheathes his sword against people he thinks might kill American civilians. He writes, from the beginning, the president's political team has understood that on foreign policy, Obama faced two political dangers. If he got too many American troops killed in the Middle East, he risked alienating his liberal base. If he permitted a major terrorist attack against American civilians, he risked empowering the Republicans, eager to paint him as weak. The way to protect against both dangers was to keep American troops out of harm's way while pulverizing alleged jihadists from the air. The writer concludes that regardless of what you think of the merits of that approach in terms of statecraft, it's worked politically. Even now, while Republican elites fall over one another to denounce Obama's foreign policy, you rarely hear Republican candidates do so on the stump. That's because despite Obama's declining popularity, his fierce minimalism fits the national mood. For more updates, please visit levant.tv. And subscribe to MidEast In-Depth on iTunes. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.